friends, it's Brittany Thinking Papyrus. How are you? I've been dying to share this project with you guys. This is faux DIY washi tape using pieces of cardstock. These are amazing to have just at the ready. We are going to be using a watercolor base, so grab yourself a little bit thicker cardstock so that the paper doesn't wrinkle. I love putting down the watercolor base using repeating patterns and then adding fabric, punch outs, stamping, embellishments, whatever you have. This is a perfect way to bust through your scraps. You can use materials of any theme you want. Here I focused mainly on tropical theme stuff because I'm working on a travel journal from my time that I spend in Little Cayman. But really any theme looks brilliant. I love using these to frame pictures or just tear them up to use them as little embellishments. Grab your stuff, let's get to it. These are so much fun. So guys, like I was saying earlier, there's so much that you can do with these washi swatches. I love framing photos with them. So let's say I were to frame this photo here of this shark. I would just go around. I would probably make several swatches that are identical and of the same width. So I would, go around here, cut it off there, glue it down, there, there, there. And then you've framed a photo and have added a whole lot of interest. Or you could just use this as page trim. Just take this along an entire page to add interest. Like I was saying, I love taking these apart and just implementing them in collage masterboard. The other thing you could do is make page tabs out of these. So cut, like if I have 3 signatures, cut these into 3 sections and just use it as page tab for each of your signatures. So, the possibilities are endless. So I love having these at the ready. These are so much fun to mass make, and I think you can really bust through a lot of scraps. We're starting our base with a scrap after all. So like I was saying earlier, I like using heavier cardstock for this. You could use anything as the base. Since I'm using watercolors, if it's not a heavier cardstock, it does tend to wrinkle the paper. And since it's like faux washi, I like to have it nice and smooth. I want to be able to easily glue it down and for it to lay flat. I know these are basically just scrap pieces of paper. Obviously you have to glue it down. I don't make mine to have an adhesive back. I think it would be more trouble than it's worth. But the things that make it washi are having a base with colors that are unified in a repeating pattern. There's so many different techniques that you can use with watercolors. These are obviously decorated. These are the finished products. I have washi here, faux washi, that I've just painted. So repeating patterns, right? I just went along my brush with the purple and did like almost faux stitching with a thin brush across the top and just swirled some yellow in there. See, so blue, I was kind of going for some nautical themes, some spring / St. Patty's Day themes. Okay, here I did some X mark making and some silver hashes. Okay, and once you've created your base, these are just ideas. Okay, see a whole different repeating patterns. I loved making these. Once you've made your bases, same concept with decorating. You're going to be implementing repeating patterns, whether it be with stamps. Here I actually took actual washi tape. 2 embellishments here. I took some fabric here. Obviously you'll want to wait for your watercolor portion to dry, but just tore off 3 pieces of washi and actually stickled around it. I did these with digital images just to give you some ideas. Here I actually used a button on the top, button on the bottom, and some stamping, again using colors that go along with the washi that I chose as my base. Okay, here I actually used punch outs stickled, did some free painting designs. Here I actually used a little bit of washi on each side and took like a faux film reel and actually put pieces of Tim Holtz ephemera. I had to trim some of it down, but I tried to put one piece in each frame. This is all stamping. Some words. So this is from a digital image kit I got. I use gold as the base to keep it kind of nautical. I actually put some washi tape in here, some cardstock, some sentiments stickled, and used some twine there at the bottom. So these can get as detailed as you would like. Here I actually used some cardstock, some punch outs over top of 2 pieces of fabric. Here I actually put down a piece of fabric and glued down punched out butterflies. This is one of my favorite ones. I love how this came out. So this is uniform all across. Actually, a lot of them I made were not uniform across, but they did have repeating patterns. So it actually is like washi. Stamps and washi. Stickers. I love this. I'm probably going to use this either in my little Cayman journal or a dive spread layout. Puff stickers. Fussy cutted some whales out of some sea themed fabric. Put some washi at the bottom. Went along with my brush to kind of make what look like waves. And some coral stamping. Stickers. These stickers weren't very adhesive, so I ended up just sewing down. And I love how this looks. And I tried to kind of color coordinate it to some extent, the watercolor I used and whatever I used to decorate. Stamping. I love this. Some ribbon, some die cuts, very summer. I'm going to save this for summer. This is all stamping, but see how you can keep the designs for your watercolor as complex or as simple as you would like. Here I wasn't wild about the design that I created, so I put some washi. I glued down a layer of washi along the entire piece here to kind of mute these like arrows I made that I didn't like very much, and put some stickers over it. So I actually implemented quite a bit of washi into my faux washi. Okay, and these are faux stamps, but stamps also look brilliant when you're decorating these. Grab yourself some thicker cardstock, some brushes, and some watercolors. These are the Yasutomo Shimmer set I got off Amazon. I think I paid less than 10 bucks for it. Alright, and very easy, very relaxing. We are just simply going to make some repeating patterns using colors that work together. Don't overthink this. I'm just going to go in with the purple here. Okay, a thicker, thinner cardstock, it all works. Okay, the other thing you can do is if you have a lot of water on your brush, you can use different techniques. Like, let me show you. Give it a little bit more character. You can splatter. You can do whatever you want here. Okay. I like doing this. Just let it run a little bit, run some color down. I love that. Pick up a little bit up. I'm only doing decorating one side because I'm planning on gluing all of these down at some point or another. How about some gold? I love purple and gold. Don't overthink it, just some kind of repeating pattern. I think you'll find this very relaxing. This is such a fun project, and if, you know, decorating them and using them kind of like washi doesn't float your boat, then, you know, maybe you just mass paint a whole lot of bases and figure out what to do with them later. It is all good. Okay, so we have that. And maybe we'll come in here with a little green. I like this darker green better. I've actually been using my paints, can you guys tell? I actually think I need some new paint. Alright, be careful using the splatter technique. No need to redecorate the walls. I have done that before, guys. It's quite the catastrophe. Okay, I'm loving the splatter. See how easy these come together? You know, don't overthink it. Don't overthink. Okay, I think I really like this. I'm going to put this aside to dry. I'm going to leave this as is. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back in the green. And I'm just going to do a little bit of this. What is that? I don't know. But we're just doing it. We're just playing with our watercolors today and having a really relaxing craft session. Maybe we need to do a video on watercolor techniques, different brush techniques, painting techniques. I've really started to experiment with these recently, and I've loved the results. I'm trying to get more comfortable with painting in my journals, which has been painting and even just writing. But Joanna Clow has been like huge inspiration for me. She does a ton of painting in her journals, and I think that's been one of her goals recently too, is just to do a lot more painting and actual art in her journals. And check her out and give her a sub if you haven't. She's so inspirational. Okay, this looks kind of nautical to me, but I think maybe some gold would look really nice in there. So, and you don't have to cover all of the white, obviously. We're going to be stamping and putting in stickers or embellishments, whatever you would like. I would say for sure, if you know you're going to be stamping or drawing on these, you may want to choose lighter colors, just a consideration. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is this? Wow. Guys, look at this. That was no effort at all. Look at the pigment and the shimmer. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, why don't we make some spring? I think I'm going to start working on a spring journal, and I'm going to want some spring themed ephemera. Let's get in there with the pink. Okay, so just very, very quickly with a very little muss or fuss, we have painted 4 washi bases. I'm going to set these aside to dry, and we're going to talk about techniques and different things you can use to decorate your faux washi. And I'm going to use some dry swatches that I've already done. Now for my absolute favorite part, we are going to bling the heck out of these. Okay, so I have a full desk and it's almost overwhelming, all of the choices. My goodness. I'm just looking at the different washi tape I have. I'm wondering if I should even, no. Okay. Oh, let's see, what about this? Maybe I wanted to do like a spring themed one. So I think I'm gonna incorporate actual pieces of washi onto the faux washi, if that makes any sense at all. And what we're looking for here is symmetry and repeating patterns. So sometimes if I don't know exactly how I plan to decorate, then what I like to do is start on the outsides and work my way in. And then that way you end up with something that is symmetrical. Okay. Because maybe I want to do washi out here and then work my way in using something else that would still qualify as a repeating pattern. Okay. You can use digitals if you like. You can use bling. Ooh, this is wide enough. Oh, so is that too much or not enough or just right? Does this match? I got these buttons out that I really want to use. Buttons are great if they're flat, and they won't add, these won't add a whole lot of bulk. I'm just gonna go for it. Just layer these on. Okay. A lot of like pinks going on here. Okay. Maybe I'll use, I want this to be the center. The reason why you want to use repeating patterns and cluster and then have a break and then cluster and have a break is because you want to use your breaks as, you know, if I wanted to just glue this down on a page, it's not a big deal. But if I actually want to use this as washi and cut off sections, you need a place to cut and still have a decorated, still have the remaining pieces be decorated and ready to use for something else. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So I want to have something clustered in with this because otherwise if we cut here, then we're basically just cutting a button if there's nothing next to it, you know. Then you may as well just glue the button that you already had just straight on the page. Okay. Trying to make them kind of equidistant and not cover up the watercolor pattern here. Okay, I think that's adorable. Maybe we'll implement some of this. I hate gluing this down, guys. Have I told you that lately? I hate gluing this down. I need to get myself, I ran out of silicone glue, and not that I have anything against this glue. Come at me, Eileen's. I use it for a lot of things, but like fabric, I like fabric to paper and fabric to fabric. It just doesn't work well, especially when it's like raised and has a different texture. It's just, it ain't all that, okay? Sorry guys. If you're a big fan of Eileen's, please don't take it personally. Obviously, I use it all the time. It's better for paper to paper stuff, in my opinion. You may have a different opinion. You know, maybe it's operator error. In all fairness, it very well may be, knowing myself, but okay. So we have that. I have these lovely digital images of palms, but I think it's too big. So what shall we do? What shall we do? Man, some really pretty little flowers would be nice, but they gotta be really small. I'm gonna go get some flower punches. I will be right back. So I keep saying I'm doing these projects to clear my desk, and then in the midst of these projects, I just come back with more things to put on my desk. I don't know if you guys have this problem, but it's becoming a problem. My desk is like unusable at this point. I have this pink paper. Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna punch out some, or not. So some days my punches just decide not to work. Okay. And maybe I'll use the negatives for this. Kind of like that ripped look. Okay. Okay, so you get the idea here, right? Repeating patterns. I actually am pretty psyched with how this came out. I am loving this. Love, 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 love. So these are very mixed media, as you can see. We're using a whole crap ton of things to get this look. You can keep it very simple. I have some of my favorite ones are simply watercolor based with just repeating stamps. So you don't have to use a bunch of bling, or you don't have to get super, super crazy. You can keep these really simple and still get amazing results. Amazing results. All right. And I like using the negatives of the punches too, because you can see right through it and you don't lose like the entire design, the entire watercolor design. So see how easy that was? We just plopped a bunch of stuff down, working from the outside to the inside. If we're not sure exactly what design we're gonna do, keep it symmetrical. Yeah. Okay, heck. Let's get to another one. So I have a lot of nautical themed stuff on my desk because I've been working in my little Cayman Island journal, which is coming right along. If you did not see, I have done a bunch of tutorials in this journal. If you're interested in how I came about, how this cover occurred, which believe me, it was a whole to do the night before I left for my trip. But if you would like to see that tutorial, I will link that above and in the description box, and I will also link all the tutorials of the videos that I have done in or relating to that travel journal. I have like totally fallen in love with travel journaling. That is actually why I started journaling in the first place. I had gone on several trips, and over the years I've always been kind of a hoarder in that way. I always collect things from places I visit and things that I do, but I had a whole stack, and I started you know, gluing things down and decorating them, and you know, documenting memories from trips. And I think Pam at the Paper Outpost was the very first junk journal I ever had seen. And before, I was kind of doing some, like, it was, you know, a take on scrapbooking, and I just fell in love with her process and the way she you know, the way she just seems to take these simple concepts and simple things and put them together and make something like absolutely magical. And she does so like laissez-faire. She's like, okay, we're just gonna do this, you know, don't fuss around, don't overthink it, just do it. And somehow it looks like she, you know, half of what she does is like a masterpiece. Like when you watch, okay, it's Pam the Paper Outpost. I love her. Sometimes when you watch her videos, you're like, Pam, like, you're so good. I know this is gonna work out, but I just don't see how. And I love watching creators like that because you can tell they're true artists, right? They take something and you have no idea where this is going. You can tell their brain kind of has an idea as to where it's going, and it just works out. And you're like, I could never pull that off, not in a million years. So yeah, but she was the first junk journaler I had ever seen, and I was like, wow, I've kind of been doing something like that all along, just with pieces of ephemera that I collected from my day-to-day life. I never really heard about travel journaling or anything like that before her, and I was like, I'm kind of doing that, but in like a scrapbook format, and I've never looked back. So here I'm just finishing cutting out the palms. I don't know how many I need. This is just from a cardstock pad that I have. Lots of fun. So don't be intimidated if you don't know what design or what look you're going for. Just start putting some pieces down and fill in the blanks. And you know what? It'll work out. You will get something spectacular, I promise. Okay, see, so these can be as simple or as detailed as you would like. I turned off the camera for a second there. I actually went to sew on this like blue netting I have, and I just got some of these dolphin embellishments that I have. I think I got these off AliExpress, and just put a paper punch over here and put some gold gilding wax around the heart. And I absolutely adore this and love how this came out. So you can make it as simple or as complex as you would like. Sorry if you saw me just getting this to punch with nothing other than brute force. This does not like this thick glitter cardstock, but we made it work. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside. Let's do one more together. This is so much fun, guys. I love making these. What should we choose? Just some more ideas for patterns. This just looked like candy, like melted all over this. I love this. Some really thin ones. The really thin ones, it's hard to find. I definitely like pictures, not so much. Just little like bling, stickles, stamps, I think are the way to go here. And just for giggles. Like, I know this looks like, it's nothing, but look, we're gonna make it something. I have all this ink on my desk. I'm telling you, just a couple of stamps. This is gonna look amazing. I love peg stamps for these, by the way. See? You could even color these in with colored pencils. This is very autumnal. And you can just have these on the ready to rip, and think of how cool this would just be if you had these laying around and you were making a cluster and needed a really pretty focal point or just a little extra something special on top. Just like washi tape, you would just rip a little piece and add that in, and it would make it look so special. Look at that. Now, if we wanted to get really crazy, look what we could do. So I'm just gonna grab some stickles. You can make little stickles here to outline the leaves. Now this may take me all day. Look how pretty. You don't have to do this with all of them. Maybe you just want to do it to a couple leaves. Maybe just the leaves on the outside. I think in the interest of time, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to stickle the leaves closest to the ends. Look how much fun though. And look how adorable these are. You could come back in and color these with colored pencils. Okay, so much fun, so easy. So I love peg stamps for washi. Okay, I know I said one more, but let's just do one more. Let's go with this really pretty purple and pink one. These were just created by a few strokes of the purple and some hash marks with the pink. I have this, I think it's from Doodlebug. It's just some purple sticker adhesive stuff. I think I'm going to put these on the ends so you can see how this is a great project to clean your desk up. We're just using little bits and bops of everything here. Again, we're just working our way from the outside to the inside. This, I think I just want to be a smorgasbord of really pretty things. They don't even necessarily have to go together. We're just going to put these things together and make it work. I have these washi stamps that I'm really liking. As always, we're going to apply a little bit of glue to make this stick. Okay, obviously we have a little hangover, that's fine. We'll deal with it, not a big deal. Okay. Just gonna trim this off a little bit. Trim, trim. Trim, trim. Trim, trim. And trim, trim. All right. This is the negative from a butterfly that I punched out. Some more washi. What else do we have? I'm just looking at some stickers I have. Let's have a white bag. That's not gonna work. Okay. Feathers, buttons, shell, bird. Let me get these buttons. Okay, this is growing on me. I'm not sure. I had something else in mind, but I do like this. These little flower stickers. Okay, I'm getting there. I just need something more. I don't know what that is. These little flowers. No. Is that too much bling? Oh, it's never too much bling, guys. Look at this. We're doing it. We are doing it. Okay, oh my gosh. I love this. Guys, look at this. Look how pretty. What if I have some like purple stickles? It's like this, well, it's some kind of paint. This is meant for like shirts and stuff, but it works well. What I'm doing here and frame this little butterfly. Oh, that is so pretty. I love that. What if we go, okay, I always get a little bit carried away when it comes to stickles, but I love these. What if we put these on these little leaves? Can you see? Just on the little leaf ends. Oh, I love that. Okay. If I do something above the flowers. That kind of matches the squigglies. You have never seen washi this cute or this busy, have you? No, neither have I, but you know what? I love it. We're just squiggling, nothing serious. Okay, I gotta stop or else I'm gonna do something dastardly and I will regret continuing on. Okay, guys, so let's look at our washi that we made. I have so much. See, this is like, I start these projects to clean up my desk and it just adds to the problem. But look at these gorgeous little washi ends, little snippets that we made today. I am absolutely loving these and I have so much more to do. Look at all these. So surely I will have my scraps busted through and my desk cleaned up in no time. So remember, simple, you know, simple is great. Blingy is fantastic too. You can go as crazy or as muted and easy as you would like, and I think the results are absolutely magnificent and I cannot wait to make more of these and utilize them in my projects, and maybe I'll make a video of just great other ways to utilize these, because as you can see, the possibilities are absolutely endless. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you had as much fun as I did making these. If you found value in this and would like to see more of Ink and Papyrus, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I can't wait to see you the next time.